Alright guys, welcome back to the Bang Boy Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing is, as you can tell by the title, currency lesson. This is something I did on the old Bang Boy Variety channel. And I basically just try to cover every type of paper money. So how I do this is I print off front and back designs from the internet of these notes. I tape them or staple them together so we can look at them. And then I look at the Whitman U.S. paper money, Whitman Encyclopedia of U.S. paper money for values only. And the reason that I can't show any pictures from that book or anything like that is because I have no idea if it's copyrighted because I don't have a license to look at some of this stuff. So, I got to be real careful with things like that. So, what I do is I have to print off images. Obviously, I'm not going to specify where I got them from, the search engine I used, or the website that provided them. But that's that. So, last on the old Bang Boy Variety channel, we started out with the interest-bearing notes. And I didn't print, there are several types of interest-bearing notes that go through the years. And I didn't print, I only printed the earliest ones. But actually, I'm going to start with the demand notes of 1861 this time, because they are older than obviously they were the first things. So, actually what I'm going to do, so I forgot, I'm going to look at my other Whitman paper money book here. It's going to tell me a little bit about the demand notes, because it is a little hard to remember with all these different paper money topics. So I'm going to look this up in here real quick. I'm going to get it. I should have did this before, but there's always something that I forget about. So I'm just going to look it up, and I'm going to skim through and just get a rough idea of what these were. So, rarest currency of all issues of U.S. currency. They came in denominations of $5 and $10 and $20. I thought they only came in $10 and $20 ones. But I do have the 5. I just must have forgot about that denomination. So, since that happened, we'll be incorporating the $5 denomination there. So these were basically just legal tender. They don't have the Treasury seal or the treasurer and register of the Treasury on them. And the serial number is only printed just once. So that's obviously that. These are legal tender, first legal tenders. Notes to be legal tender. So we're going to look at the first note here. So I actually had this opened up to the $10 one, thinking that there wasn't a 5. Apparently there is, so I'm going to open up to that then. Instead, I would just be reading values only, and I don't know how old this book is. I don't know when it was printed. So, prices fluctuate extremely for, more so with bullion values and values of coins, but it still fluctuates on the paper money market. I know it sounded like I said a naughty word there, but I stuttered a little bit. So, series of 1861 is what these came in. This is going to feature a portrait of Alexander Hamilton, and then the statue not specify the statue that is on it. These Whitman books are a little strange. Sometimes they don't specify things that other Whitman books do. And there's things that are specified and things that aren't. So you just kind of have to look around a little bit. Should already had this memorized before I pulled up the video. Yeah, the statue is called Freedom. It is from the top of the Capitol building. So Alexander Hamilton here. Freedom from the top of the Capitol building. This is just where I taped it together. the back and front. Now, there is a variety with these notes. The word for the in the sentence there's a sentence in wording at the bottom, as you can see. It says something for the Register of the Treasury. Something for the Register of the Treasury. And on those varieties, one variety has the words for the printed and the other for the handwritten. I don't know which one's more common, but this one does not have the words, has the for the words printed. As you can see, the words for the down there are printed. On the other variety, they would be written in this ink, for the written. Features a large 5 denomination counter. Promise to pay to the bearer on demand. Washington, August 10th, 1861, payable by the Assistant Treasurer of the United States. Serial number is 66352. Series 3, active July 17th, 1861. So, I don't know which value chart to read from. I'm just going to read the one that says for the printed, because this is printed. So if you have one of these notes, just genuine, according to this book, you're going to have a worth. These have worth values for conditions of VG, very good 8, fine 12, and very fine 20. If you got VG8, you're going to get $7,500 for this. According to this book, you're probably not going to get that, but that's just a rough, I'm guessing, retail pricing of that. Fine 12, you're going to get 20 grand for this. VF20, you're going to get 30 grand for that. So it's going to bring you a couple bucks. You could probably go on a nice vacation. You could probably go on many nice vacations with that. But that's how much that's going to be worth. Oh, and we need to look at the back design as well. So, United States of America, $5. It's not as rich of a green as on that photo. It's obviously a reprint of an uncirculated one, but so that's the back design for that. So then we've covered the $5. And one thing that I'm going to be doing with these currency lessons is, since I don't use up all my ink right away on the printer to print these off, I'm going to print off a couple or one, and then, you know, there's going to be a main lesson for currency lessons. It's going to be like currency lesson number 1, which is going to be this. But currency lesson number 2 would be interest-bearing notes. So that will not change until we move on to compound interest treasury notes. So it will be currency lesson number 2 and then sub-lessons underneath until we've covered all the notes, and then it will level up to currency lesson number 3. So it'll be like currency lesson number 2, sub-lesson number 3, when we've covered like 3 interest-bearing notes so far. But we won't need any sub-lessons for this lesson because there's only 3 notes, and I have all 3 of them here today. So the $10 note here, oh, flip right to it. $10 bill here. This is going to have a portrait of Abraham Lincoln. And it's not specifying who the statue is, as usual. Here, so we're going to have to open up in this book then and see who that is. These are not to be confused with the legal tender notes, which have roughly the same design. Alright, the statue is art, allegory of art, at the right there. So it's allegory of art, Abraham Lincoln, an allegory of art with the eagle, the top center there. 2 10 counters, United States, payable to the promise to pay to the bearer $10, payable by Assistant Treasurer of the U.S. at Boston, serial 46213, August 10th, 1861. Now, I don't know if this has the words for the words variety. Yeah, for the printed. This one has the words printed. Yeah. Has the words printed, I believe. Yeah. It's a little hard to see, but that's that. So it says the act. Looks like the act of July 17th again. I don't know why I said July 10th, but that's the front of that. Alright, now we're going to flip to the back here. We're going to see a large numeral X, 2 10 counters, and $10 and $10, along with a lot of X counters in the field there. Those are all little X's, which is Roman numeral for 10, obviously. So that's the $10 note. Now, we're going to look at a value chart here. For the printed, does not have any values. This is a Boston. So, yeah, I'm just going to read the for that printed, which just gives auction values. So, one was sold in a Hickman and Oaks auction for $766 in fine condition. One was sold in a Donlon auction for $875. One at a Christie's auction for $1,210, and then later sold in a night auction for $1,870. So I'm just gonna read the value chart under that for a series 2 to 6 one. I don't know what that is. Bit 3500 VG8, fine 12 is gonna bring 6500, VF20 is gonna bring 18,000, and EF40 does not have a value. So it's probably still gonna bring you, I don't know how much that would bring, not too certain about that, but it's gonna bring you obviously more than $10. Now to end out the video today, we're gonna finish the $20 denomination. The $20 is the final denomination in this category here. Alright, we're on this here. Just have, like, once again, not to be confused with the $20 legal tender notes, and the $5 is not to be confused with the $5 legal tender note, because they have roughly the same designs. So, this is going to feature a portrait of, in the center is Liberty standing with a sword and a shield. Okay. This is serial 36687. And this is August 10th, 1861 too. And then it has so this says it's treasurer to the U.S. at Philid, which is obviously Philadelphia abbreviated. And that says Act of July 17th, 1861. So this, I don't know if that's like a patent date, the August 10th one. Okay. Now, for the printed, it's on that one. I do not know. Yeah, this one's printed as well. So there are several varieties with the plate letter on here. Now this one has a C. It looks like it's only showing varieties for a D plate letter. So C. There's with the D ones, you see these flourishes, these lines around it, these little lines here. On some varieties those aren't there, and on some they are. So I'm guessing that's just a variety that's been noticed. So there are no values given for Philadelphia, but I'm just going to give the values for a series 2 to 3. I don't know what that is. Population is 6. I didn't say the populations for the other one. I wish I would have. But the population for this is 6. 25 grand in VG8, 50 grand Find 12, and 95 grand in VF20. So this is going to bring you the prettiest of pennies of all those notes over there. So that's that. Then we're going to look at the back, which is just United States of America, United States 20 of America, along with a lot of 20 counters here. So that's that. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's currency lessons. Please stay tuned for currency lesson number 2.